The content you're about to hear is a part of a paid programming segment. The views, opinions, and statements expressed belong solely to the sponsor and do not reflect those of Podcastic or its host. This segment is for informational and promotional purposes only and should not be considered as advice or endorsement. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah, it's Wednesday at 2 p.m. Time for the Judge Podcast. It's the Judge, the legend. Let's have blast. We talking sports, politics, current events. We gonna be live, so let it make sense. It's the Judge Podcast. Let's go. The Judge Podcast. Let's go. Wednesday at 2 p.m. Let's go. Hosted by the Judge and the legend.
All right. Welcome to the Judge and the Legend Podcast. My boy, my brother Carlos, the Legend Rogers, in the house. Yeah, and we got the legend also. She's the legend, Dr. Sabrina Jackson in the house. Give it up.
Hey! Hi, hanging out with the legends in the building.
Yes. So how are you?
I am absolutely amazing. Any day that I wake up and can get up on my own and know who I am and whose I am, it's a good day.
Amen to that. Amen.
It's a good day.
Wake up.
Let's go.
I know that's right. Well, give my audience.
Wednesday by the Judge and the Let's
Go.
Go.
Where you from? I know, but I want them to know.
I am a native Detroiter. I grew up on the west side of Detroit on Sorrento.
On Sorrento.
So on the left side of me were the Sheards. So Ethan Sheard, Drew Sheard, Bishop Sheard were my neighbors. And then on the right of me on the corner were the Clark sisters.
Wow.
So we go back a long way back. And so I went to Schultz.
Some singing folk.
Oh, yes, some singing people. So I went to Schultz Elementary.
Okay.
Beaubien Middle.
Beaubien?
Yes, I went to Beaubien Middle School.
Yeah.
And then I went to Cass Technical High School.
Give it up to Cass Tech, the great Cass Tech. Raise the roof, Cass.
And then I left and went to Eastern Michigan University, and I left there and went to Wayne State University and got my master's degree at the tender age of 23.
Oh, man, congratulations.
Yeah.
That's work right there.
Yeah.
That's work. And give it up to Eastern and Wayne.
And Wayne State.
I love Wayne.
And then I went on to get my PhD from Capella University in organizational psychology. And then I ain't had nothing to do. Just nothing to do. And got another one. And that was in strategic leadership. So I like school. I even when the pandemic happened, I found that they were having free courses at Ivy League school. So I did a course at Yale. I did a course at Harvard. Because one of the things that I do is I get certified in something new every year. Because I want to keep my skill level up, my knowledge level up. So even if I don't do it, if I'm asked to come and speak someplace or in that environment, I can speak their language.
Wow.
Because I know their stuff.
That's absolutely great. Oh, that's you keep growing and growing and growing.
You got to. If you're living,
yes,
you should be learning.
Every day.
Every day. And education is so important for our kids. And what you just said, you graduated, had your master's at 23?
Yes, and my son got his master's at 23.
Wow.
That's what we do in our house.
Give it up to her son. And he also a hell of a basketball player.
Yes, he's so funny because he says, "Mom, I don't even think about basketball anymore." He's a golfer. Oh my God, he's a for real golfer.
Oh, he's golfing now.
Oh my God, is he a golfer? And his wife was all state in high school in golf.
Wow.
And so they all play golf. So all her siblings, her parents, and so now Marcel, I think they play golf every day.
Wow.
Wherever they are.
Golf is the sport now in pickleball.
Yeah, pickleball. I want to be invited to China for pickleball. I'm just saying.
Let's talk about that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, let's talk about that, love.
It's amazing the fact that I was able to go to China and they didn't have the conversations about pickleball as prevalent as I believe they would, because they usually be
The first front, yep.
to the beginning of most things. So to go to different provinces over there and they didn't have it available, it was crazy to me. So when I asked them the question about, pickleball there, and I showed them what it was, and they laughed at me. And I was like, what's funny? And they're like, we call that ping pong here. I said, no way. I said, because the people I was dealing with, they are like the market analysis for NASDAQ in China.
Okay.
So I said, okay, well, do the market analysis on pickleball in the United States. And give me a call, we can talk tomorrow. Before I got to my hotel room,
They was calling
they
back.
already called me.
They were calling.
They was
I
on.
already put a plan together on how to attack it from there and how to move forward in it. So
T. Curry in the house.
it's an incredible situation I have over in China right now, and I want to bring it over to the United States, because it's over 11,000 pickleball facilities over here, but none of them cater to us. So it's another one of those sports that we got to teach to our people and show them what it is, what it's about, and how you can make money doing it. Because a lot of people don't know that pickleball is a very profitable sport nowadays, and it's going to be an Olympic sport soon. Hey, give it up for pickleball, please.
Pickleball!
Yeah, nobody know about that pickleball.
Pickleball!
Yeah.
I love that, and I love the fact that this is a area that you're getting in on the ground floor. That you have. I always say when you see a gap,
Yes.
and you feel that gap,
Yes.
that's where true innovation lies. And so, I'm down. I've never played pickleball.
It's incredible.
Well, I want to tell you my experience and why I think pickleball is so great. I never played, but I go work out at Lifetime. I go swimming and everything, and you got people playing pickleball 80 years old. You got them playing 20 years old. So that means anybody can play and enjoy the sport. And that's what makes it so great,
I thought his story was going to be different. When I first told him about pickleball,
Okay.
he was like, pickleball, man.
Oh my God, you sound just like him.
What is that stuff, man? Ain't nobody playing no pickleball. That's for girls. I said, man, you gotta look at this. I said, this is something that we can do, because we both hadn't been able to play sports for a while. I'm like, but this is something that when I seen the old people out there, I was like, Judge, they way older than us.
Yeah.
And they didn't have strokes, whatever they had wrong with them, they making it right now by getting up and moving around. And when I saw that, and the craziest part about it is when I sat down and talked to the people in China, they were saying like they wanted to find a business to invest in the United States. And they wanted me to help them, and they wanted me to run it over here for them. And they said to me that they want to open up something, but we only want to open up something that you have a passion for. And I said, the only thing I have a passion for is basketball, and I don't know how that can profit me. I said, but pickleball is the #1 growing sport in the history of America since I've been born. That's how I started the conversation with them. And that's how it got going. And yeah, it's the truth.
Wow.
Think about any other sport since we've been alive that's been popped on the scene like that and took prevalence in the United States.
I thought pickleball was fake.
Yeah.
And the reason that I
It's
thought it was
not.
fake was that on my I still watch soap operas. Yes, I do. The Bold and the Beautiful.
Give it up
And
for the soap opera.
I do still watch soap operas. And on my story, one of the lead characters, he started having an affair on his wife, but he would tell his wife he was going to play pickleball.
He was.
And so I thought it was just something that was made up for the show.
Right.
I didn't think it was real.
Now it's real.
But now I
they
know.
got
Of course I
prize
know.
money.
Yeah.
I'm talking about they got tournaments, and it was crazy about it is the professional tennis players starting to talk about pickleball as far as tennis being a dying sport and pickleball taking over, because the craziest thing ever I never would have believed I would have seen is they've converted the Hawk over in Farmington Hills High School to a recreational center. And they had nothing but tennis courts over there. They had like 40 tennis courts over there for their community. And when I went over there last summer, they had converted about 25 of those
To pickleball.
to pickleball.
Wow.
And they full, they got programs, they got
And they
teaching.
cost.
Yeah, they charging money.
We've talked to some veterans downtown last week, and they told us they paid $37 to play pickleball. And
Yeah.
these guys are like 75 years old.
Every
Wow.
month.
Yeah.
Every month they have, but the crazy part about it is, it's a more incredible sport than people believe it is. It's more combative than you will believe, because it's up close and personal, and you got to be quick. And the problem with pickleball, where it's so good for everybody, is you have a paddle, and the ball is like a wiffle ball. So even if somebody hit it hard at you, you can still see it and respond to it. You know?
Okay. Okay.
So
That's
it,
the difference between ping pong and pickleball.
it's ping pong, pickleball, tennis,
Tennis.
and badminton.
Yeah,
All-
badminton. I
All
like
in one.
Yeah, pickleball. It's like tennis, ping pong, and badminton.
All in
together.
one.
Because you still have basically the same rules, but you got a paddle and a ball about this big, but it's a big wiffle ball. So if I hit it hard at you, like if I hit a tennis ball hard at you, it's hard to return a fast tennis ball.
Right.
But when somebody hit that wiffle ball at you, or the pickleball for that matter, you can respond to it, and it make it more a competitive sport. And that's why this is the first sport that I've seen since I've been alive where the older people and the younger people can play together, and there's no real advantage.
Got you.
Yeah,
So it's awesome. Then it turned into a skill.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you develop your skills,
Right.
and once you get your skills and how you play, it make it more competitive. But it's more camaraderie as well. It's not like tennis and those sports where it's not a whole lot of camaraderie. It's like you play for a little while, you sit down, have a beer, relax,
Go back
shoot the
in.
breeze, go back out, play a little bit more. So it's one of those more community sports than anything else.
Do you see teams?
Yes, Kevin Durant got his own team. LeBron James.
Oh, we about to start with one more team.
Listen,
That's it.
Tom Brady,
Yeah.
Mark Cuban.
Give it up to pickleball.
It's huge.
pickleball.
Yeah,
Pickleball in the house.
Somebody's
our
gotta teach
community-
me.
Our community never have our hands in those kind of projects because this
There's
is.
no pickleball place at this spot.
Yeah, we're gonna have one there. We're gonna have many.
Well, we
What
have,
spot?
we not
we're not
What
allowed
spot?
to talk
Oh, we not
about
about.
Not
Okay,
yet.
Well,
we can't
got
talk about
something
it.
coming for you real soon in Detroit. Pickleball. We love
Pickleball
you guys.
in Detroit.
in Detroit.
In Detroit, real
We're gonna have
soon.
instructors. We're gonna have people to teach us how to play it.
Thank you.
know?
I need a teacher
It's
Yeah.
incredible.
because I
Yes.
don't know how to play.
Yes.
Most tennis players that retire, they are the coaches for pickleball now. So it's
Yeah.
room for everybody now.
I used to play, so it's not like. No, I used to play racquetball.
You'll be good
Oh,
at pickleball.
you'll be good at pickleball.
Yeah.
Because I
You'll
used
be
to play.
great.
But I was always scared of the ball.
Well, you can't be
Because
scared
the
of
ball moves so fast in
Right,
that
it don't-
little room.
this
I
one
was
moves
like,
fast.
oh my
She was
God.
scared.
I said, it's going to
Yes,
hit me.
pro circuits,
Yeah.
pickleball.
I didn't want it to hit me.
I wanted to talk about.
What you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the young black man they found hung in Mississippi.
2 of them.
Tell me, you're a doctor. Tell me, as a young man, a young black man.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, if you're 20,
It's terrifying.
like our sons
It's
All
terrifying.
of our sons
It's
are
terrifying.
in their 20s. Yeah. I mean, how do they feel? Give me some.
Yeah, they're terrified. It is, it's one thing when you teach your son, because I had to teach my son about driving while black and things to do to protect yourself. But just living and walking and breathing or going to school and someone takes you and then lynches you,
Wow.
that is so. And for everybody, it's not just the black male, because I have a black son. So, of course,
Right.
I am concerned. I am, when he's traveling, I'm always, call me when you get there,
Yes.
text me when you, we are, and then the other thing about our country, when things happen, then you see copycats.
Yes.
So that's the thing that really makes me have pause. But I know that young men are, if they're terrified, oftentimes that terror turns to aggression
Absolutely.
as a way to protect and
Right.
not come across like I'm weak, or I don't want to come across like I'm scared, or things
Right.
of that nature. But it's terrifying to feel
Absolutely.
that you're being hunted.
Right.
There were two actually. One was named Trey Reed, and the other one was called. His name was Brandon Sakatis.
Look out. Yes.
Are they from the same school?
Same school.
Same
Wow.
school. And they said one had his arms broke and stuff, but how can you hang yourself with
Break
your
your
arms
arm.
broke?
Well, we know that it's not a self-hanging.
No.
Yeah, but they tried to say that one was.
Oh.
Yeah.
They did.
This is a common scare tactic. It's
Yes.
always been like that. You have to leave examples hanging in the air, and it's something big going on, man. Because it's like ever since this Charlie Kirk thing, a lot of people didn't know a whole lot about him. I had been listening to him because I follow rhetoric to see where it's going.
Where it's going. Mm-hmm.
And he had a whole lot of inflammatory conversation. He can gaslight everywhere he go, and
Definitely gaslight.
The problem that I had with it is he went to white university, prestigiously white universities, to spread this rhetoric, and it was falsified information, about the black man and how we killing the white people and how we raping them and his statistics was wrong. It's just all the things that he and his whole thing is we have to war against this. His whole thing was let's figure out how to kill this off.
He was racist.
And no doubt about it. It ain't no doubt about it. And over 50% of America is racist.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people don't
Absolutely.
understand that right there. And just because
Absolutely.
they deal with you don't mean
They like
that,
you.
Yeah, that don't mean it at all. It means that they have to in certain situations because what I'm about to say right now, a whole lot of people don't like. We were not brought here
Come on.
to be equal.
Nope.
Absolutely.
We were brought here
Great
to
facts.
To work.
And
We
once
were
we stop
commodity.
being workers, they have no use for you here no
That's
more,
right.
And that's why I always try to do as much as I can on my own so I don't have to rely on those people who don't like me to feed my
Absolutely.
family, so.
I think, though, it's so important that we have the conversations and that we do things as a people, as black folk.
Yes.
Because I am a huge black folk supporter. I
Yes.
am. If you got a black business, tell me I'm coming.
Right.
Because I feel like we don't spend our money with us.
Yes.
No.
And then so I'll give you an example. So I have a girlfriend who has a restaurant, and all of her stuff is made fresh. So when you order, she's cooked to order, and it's hard to find and keep good help. It just is. And so
Right.
sometimes it's slow. When I
Right.
tell you we will dog her and run her but we do not do it. If I go to Applebee's,
Cheesecake Factory,
Ocean Prime, if I go one of them places and they do it, I don't say a word.
No.
You don't say nothing. Huh,
But
Doc?
we will ride each other till the wheels fall
Hi,
off.
baby.
To the business. It's almost about the business. We a dog.
We were bred
Yeah.
for that, to destroy
Each other.
Each other.
Each other.
Now let me ask this question, because I don't buy Levi jeans.
Right.
Do you know why I don't buy Levi jeans?
Because of the history.
And do you know the history? I know he does. Do y'all know the history
I
with
do.
Levi?
Talk.
And
Tell
the
the audience.
and the logo.
Tell the audience.
Specifically the logo.
Let the audience
Because
know.
in back when they were doing slaves, of course, when you said that they do things to make an example.
Yes.
So what they would do is they would take a man and tie a rope around one leg on the back of a horse and tie another thing around the other leg on the horse and hit the horse and make the horses go opposite ways and split the man in front of his family, other people, to let them know this
Right.
is what will happen to you if you don't do what I say do. So
Right.
now, Levi's logo has two horses and
Pulling.
pulling two legs. That's what it looks. It looks two legs,
Yeah.
and it's pulling. So that's where that comes from.
And they was trying
Wow.
to make it look like the jeans was tough, but that was the signal. That was
Yeah.
that was the history of behind it.
History behind it. Yeah, they something else, man. You know, it's like you say. I mean, I was talking to a pastor last week, and he was saying that we don't need nationality and race. That we don't own anything here. We don't own no restaurants. We don't own stores. We don't own businesses, major business corporations, because I mean the Asians own everything. The
Chaldeans,
Chaldeans,
Arabics, Mexicans, Rachel.
they all stick together, but our race don't, and that's because we were taught not to trust each other.
Exactly.
You know, when you can Carlos can come knock on my door and say, get your wife up, master wants your wife, and you take my wife, and then they go do whatever and bring my wife back to me. Even though I love him, I don't trust them. So you're taught to not trust each other. And that's from way back in the day, you know.
And this is the thing about your
Podcasting.
DNA. DNA has a memory.
Yes.
And because DNA have a memory, there are things that come through our DNA from our history that'll hit us, and we don't even get why it's hitting us.
Right.
Because we did not necessarily experience that, but what came through our DNA was their experience. And so we have to do things, and that's why I'm such a big proponent on talking and having a support group and having a listening ear, because we were created by God
Yes.
to be interdependent and not independent. I need people.
That's right.
It's not healthy to do everything by myself. You know, you're talking about bringing pickleball here. You ain't doing it by yourself.
Not at all.
And and so that's the thing that I think we have to do a better job at, is talking to each other, not talking at one another. Even if I disagree with you, does not mean I have to hate you.
Absolutely.
I say all the time that we have to
Absolutely.
learn how to disagree agreeably.
That's right.
I ain't gonna even in your marriage, with my man, I don't agree with everything he say.
Right.
But if we're gonna work this thing out together, the Bible tells me how to walk together unless they agree. And most people don't come to agreement. One, they're not honest with themselves. So how can I be honest with you? And then if I am honest with myself and I tell you the fear is what I really feel, you're not gonna feel, so then I'll lose you.
Right.
And so it's still not agreement. You have to be honest.
Honest is the best policy.
But you know what's crazy? A lot of people don't use the Bible as reference, and it's a lot of things in there, man. If you just get to digging in there, it's crazy.
It references your whole life.
Everything, business, relationships.
It lets you know
Everything.
that you can't do it without her. I need you to survive.
Absolutely.
A lot of people, in order for my dreams to work, I got to go aboard amongst y'all and touch and agree.
Right.
Yeah, I need y'all to agree with me for it to work. You know,
Right.
so if that's how
Absolutely.
God had it comprised, nobody used those tools, man.
Right.
A lot of people don't understand why we in the boat that we are in as a unit is because the things that's said in the Bible that you're supposed to be using as your tools, we don't use them
For daily living.
And
Tools for daily living.
iron sharpen iron, so you're
You better-
supposed to be around some iron, and you
He
might
gonna make me
learn
run
something.
in a minute.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things in the Bible, whether you believe it or not. You
It's
know,
just real. Facts
yes.
are fact. My daddy used to say, it's just facting. It's just giving you the facts. And so when you
what it
say
is.
iron sharpens iron, I wrote an article some years ago, and it's entitled Iron Sharpens Iron, but it should not cut.
That's right.
So I
right.
should leave you better, not bleeding. I should
Absolutely.
leave you better, not bruised. And so
Absolutely.
a lot of times we don't know how, again, to disagree. When I tell you I love this man right here, I love him. He's my brother. I love him. I
Give it
love
up to Miles.
Miles.
Give it up to
Because
my
Miles
man.
Man, don't
is-
push that clapping stuff for you, man. We just gonna give it up to you.
Yeah.
Ain't no clap.
But he is such a bright man. He's so smart.
Yes.
And he'll tell me things about what I do, and it ain't pleasant.
Right.
It ain't he ain't trying to, stroke my ego. He like
Right.
he'll do a flyer he did a flyer or a logo or something
Book
for me.
cover.
A book cover?
cover.
Book cover for me. And when he sent it to me, I said, "Oh, I don't like it."
Doc,
And
he
his
said,
response
"You don't like
was,
it, Doc."
he said, I ain't make it for you to like.
It ain't for you.
Right.
It ain't for you. I'm thinking bigger. I'm thinking masses. You
Yeah.
one eye. I'm thinking bigger and beyond. And he
Bigger.
began to explain to me, but if I wasn't open to listening,
Right. Right.
I wouldn't have had that instruction to know that just my way of liking it ain't the way of liking it.
And you walked away with that big attitude.
Man, it's tough.
He's
Man,
pretty-
listen, it's tough to deal with a woman who got her mind made up.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? A lot of people don't understand that right there. When a woman's mind, hey, and listen, and I go right, and I told you I don't do nothing
Gotta
but
have you
reference.
on here
I
next
reference
week,
the
man.
Bible. My first example of what a woman gonna do on this earth was Eve.
I knew you was going
She not gonna listen to God, and she not gonna listen to her man.
and she drug him right along with her.
Yeah.
And
Look, baby.
persuade him to go white
Here, baby.
with her.
Here, baby. Eat this.
She persuade
try it.
him to go
It
right
is
with
so.
her.
It's
it
so
is
good.
so true, though. Sermon, of course. I
Yes.
preached a sermon called Eve Every Day and Evermore, because there's an imprint in women from the first woman. So
That's
there's
right.
things about Eve we need to learn that is in us so that we can control it and not let it control our
us.
situation.
Absolutely.
So I was married at the time. I'm no longer married. Hallelujah. But when
She
I
said
was
hallelujah.
not to him.
Give it up. Give it up to her.
But when I was married, at that time, I was speaking at an event, and it was for women, and the topic was the subject is men. And out of all of the workshops at this conference, mine was the only one offered twice. So I had an attitude. I was like, why I got to speak the whole day? Why can't I have somebody pour into me? Why can't I go and listen to somebody else? I was tripping. But when I finished the workshop, because it was a part of the workshop that I talked about how one of the reasons why women don't understand men is because we really don't understand God. When
Right.
God speaks, he creates order. When
Absolutely.
your man speaks,
Order.
he creates order. But
Absolutely.
oftentimes, you don't want to listen. You
That's
talk
right,
over.
Doc.
You
Louder.
Yeah. And
Argumentative,
so I
combative.
was in a
And have
situation.
your mind made up.
Mind
they
made
say.
up.
It's
Mind made
already
up.
made up. You can say
So
what
when
you want
I
to say.
finished the second workshop, I was on my way to my room and I bust out crying because the Holy Spirit said to me, the 2 workshops wasn't for them. It was for you. Because
Yeah.
I was in a situation with my then husband that he had spoke, and I was like, I don't do that. We're not doing that. And we were in midst of chaos, and God finally showed me in the situation. And so, I've learned how to shut up.
Do you think that comes from women not reading the Bible enough?
It don't matter.
No.
The most holiest
No.
woman, is combative. It's the truth. My mom told me she used to intentionally wake up and mess with my stepfather just to get a response. I said, Mom. I said, why? She said, I don't know.
That's just it.
That's what her answer was.
But you know, one of the things for me, and I don't think it's women not reading the Bible. I don't think it's that. But I do think that sometimes, and this is a whole nother Bible story, but a lot of times because people feel chosen or gifted or anointed and all of that, so they feel special. And when you feel special, or you feel like God has chosen you or called you to do this thing, you think
the rules don't apply
the
for you.
rules don't apply to you. So not only do women have that issue, men have that issue.
That's the truth.
Because
That's the
Moses could not go to the promised land because he had an anger management problem. And he never addressed his problem because he like, what? God talking directly to me. He gave the 10 commandments to me. He's sending me away to talk to me. So he did not take the time to work on his own issues because he really did not think that they applied to him.
But the craziest thing about it is most great men that God even put in the seat feel the same exact way. Martin Luther King's the same way. He said, but he knew it. I may not get to the promised land with you. You know what I mean? But I could definitely show you how to get there.
Right.
You know, that's how those is guys made on this earth to show you the promised land. But my past not gonna let me get there. He just using me as a vessel to help you. And a lot of people don't understand because they still judge you for who you are, what you used to be, and they don't pay attention to what God can just change you into, and your message, you know, because never in a million years would the people I went to high school with and college with would believe that I'd be on a podcast or anything listening to me speak life into them, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't that guy at all. But when you look back, you know, I used to hear my granddaddy say that when you look back at all the things that you've been through, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
My soul look back and wonder how I got over. You know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah, and that's how I feel about my life, and it makes you appreciate who God is, and it make you recognize the examples that the Bible give. Because I tell people that my mom always told me. She said, when I first went off to college, that's when you can fly people all the way up. I mean, you could walk them all the way up to the airplane. And before I got on the airplane, my first time getting on the plane, she said, listen, before you get on that plane, your mama not going to be with you no more, but God will. She said, trust not any man. And she said, man, woman, human. I said, well, Ma, you a woman. I don't supposed to trust you either. She said, no. So that's what I've been carrying with me. The first example that God give you of trusting your brother is a brother killing a brother for being jealous of his relationship with God. You know what I mean? So I use the Bible as my only examples on this earth because no matter how old it is, those stories are still relevant to today. You know?
Absolutely. And anytime you pick it up, you can read something that's going to touch you.
And can get a new revelation on the same thing that you read forever.
Yes. Yeah.
I used to wonder why the preacher used to always because I remember scriptures, because once I hear you say it, I'd be like, oh, he already did that one already. But then he bring another little twist to it, you know?
Yeah.
And then it'd be amazing because it's a story that you didn't see.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But now I've learned to dissect a word, so no matter how you bring it to me, I already got it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's what I've learned how to, because the Bible says you're not going to everything in here you shouldn't believe, but you
Right.
study yourself approved.
Right.
Absolutely.
Study and find out what's real and what's not, and that's what makes you different from everybody else who just read the Bible.
That's right.
I
You have
love
to
it.
realize you ain't doing that by yourself.
So let me ask this question. So you all do this podcast every week,
Oh, yes.
and y'all talk about sports.
Yes.
Y'all talk about just what's going on in the world.
Yes.
Y'all talk about relationships.
A little bit.
Hey, let's give it up for relationships.
Give it up for the relationship.
Well, let me ask this question because I don't think this way any longer, but I used to think this way. I used to think because of who I am and what I do in the world, that a powerful man would not want me. Because I felt like powerful men only wanted women who were not powerful out in the world or had a platform, or, you know, or make good money or whatever.
Yeah.
A real powerful man is powerful no matter what the woman is. No matter what she brings to the table, he still sits in the same seat. And she know that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't understand that. When a woman see a real powerful man, it ain't nothing. You're not about to come in and change nothing about the situation. I'm the leader, so follow him. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about any relationship I'm in, with my kids, with my any relationship, any girlfriend, any wife, whatever situation that I'm in. I sit in the same seat because God did me. It ain't nothing else that I even walk equal with.
That's right.
So I don't
Shit's
argue.
supposed to follow. And like my daddy said, you know, some run their house, some run around. the house. Give it up
That's
to
that
my
Mississippi talk right
Some
They
run the
run
house and
around.
they
Yeah.
run around the house.
Oh,
Okay.
there. Yeah, but I've dated many powerful women, doctors, attorneys, presidents of NASDAQ boards. It doesn't matter what they are. I'm still a man. I'm still sitting in the same seat. I'm still a leader. I ain't following nothing you're doing. You know what I mean? If you come into my life, then we about to walk forward this way. Or,
But on the other side, a lot of men are intimidated by women like her and such women because they're not as confident as you and I.
it's levels to men. It's that word is not the same.
It's a lot of men that's not, you know. That be
It's a
like,
difference
"Oh,
between males and men.
I can't.
Is that in miles? That's better, right?
Yes, yes.
It's a bunch of males. God made a bunch of males.
Yes, there
We
you
didn't
go.
come into this
Now you
earth.
talking.
We didn't come into this earth as men. We came into this earth as males.
Yeah.
So you have to learn how to be a man. And man comes with responsibilities.
A whole
Yeah.
bunch of them.
Whole bunch of them.
Once you
whole bunch
adhere,
of them to
once
be a
you
man.
adhere to your responsibilities, that's when you sit in the man seat.
See.
You know what I mean?
That's right. When you the man, you take care of everything and all your responsibilities.
It's so funny. One of the things that's a major turnoff for me, for a man to say, well, why would somebody like you want to date me?
Never.
Wow.
I've never.
Then I don't want to date you.
Wow.
When
Wow.
you say that to me,
Wow. Wow.
I don't, because I don't want to spend my time trying to convince you that you're worthy to
Right.
spend time with me when I've already decided that I want to spend time with you.
With all due respect to what I'm about to say, if I seen Jesus' mama, and she was fine, I'd be, hey,
Hey.
I don't care what
What?
she is or what she doing.
You're right.
The most powerful woman in the in the world, she attracted to me. Hey,
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with saying hello and you look beautiful. or,
yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't even know what that means. Intimidated.
So then the other thing,
Explain that.
intimidated.
Yes.
They'll say things like, well, you have a choice. You could find somebody better than me because I don't do what you
Wow.
do, or I don't sit at the tables you sit at, or you know,
I put
that kind of thing.
I put it like this.
I know you heard. I know you hear that.
Oh,
I
all the
believe
time.
it.
I mean, and y'all heard it too, because I'm pretty sure y'all go out to eat when y'all used to. People coming up to y'all barely can eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and you have these say,
that's
"Hey man,
true.
can you mind if you just
Leave us alone.
I never do that. I
no.
never. If people come and feel that way about what God's done for me, then I let them. I
Me
don't.
too.
I
I do too.
because
I
one day it's gonna
find
go
it, too.
away. It's gonna go away one day.
Yeah.
You know,
And you
then
gonna want it back.
You're gonna want it back.
Now in
you know?
your heart,
Yeah.
in your heart, you like, dang man, leave me alone.
Yeah, but you gotta be.
Outside, they
It's a
order around,
responsibility.
Shake their hand and stuff.
Take the
Like,
picture.
I'm gonna go back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to
Goodbye.
the scripture again. It
Yeah.
says, "To whom much is given,
Much.
it's a much requirement that comes with that giving." You know,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I totally
Absolutely.
agree. But I can see with how our counterparts would feel, how they would feel. I'm not talking about how we would feel, because they not gonna look at it like God gave you a gift. They gonna look at it
that's
like.
the first thing they say.
And no, I'm talking
You
about.
got that from God. You know that, right?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
it's interesting.
A woman would say that, but
My son said to me, maybe about 4 years ago, we were at the charity preview. And he was my plus one. And so we walking around, and then he said to me like 2 hours in, he said, "I see why you single." And I went, "Why?" He says, "Because this is a lot." He said, "Don't nobody want to know me. Don't nobody want to.
Yeah.
Everybody want me to move out the way so they can take a picture, and they really want me to take the picture.
Right.
So whenever we're out now, he says that he's doing his community service,
Right.
Because he knows he's going to be taking pictures and stuff.
I mean, but it can
It
be.
takes a special
Type of
person
person.
to
Yeah.
be able to deal with people who are quote unquote in the limelight, as they say.
Or or just, or like man, being around my mentor is like he's the only person really can humble me, right?
Right.
And so
Man, I humble you all the time.
Shut
what
up.
are you talking about? What is wrong with him?
when
Humble it down. Humble it down.
humbling down. and so, but to see how people walk up to him, you know what I mean? Like they grateful to have him in his life, in their life, right? I'm
Yeah.
like, I said, man, you mentored a lot of people. He said, "I'm not my." He said, "You don't like my only mentee right now, for real." Like so. He said, "Don't get it twisted." He said, "They are the people who left me thinking they was gonna find grass greener on the other side, and they wind up coming back working for me to see how they
Wow.
should be treated." So I feel how you can be intimidating to most most people who don't have that thing about them. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times men be like, "I don't got nothing going on." They be like, "Sir, can you take this picture?" You know what I mean? Like, I mean, just think about it though.
Excuse me, can I get a picture, please?
right. So, I mean, but
Man, if I didn't have a dime, I'm still 7 foot and I'm beautiful, and I don't care who she is.
okay, I know.
You know what I'm saying? I walk around like Bobby Brown. It's
Right.
my prerogative.
That's what's up. Oh my God, how you deal with this? Dr.
No,
B?
I'm
She don't know
saying, but you got, man, listen, if you don't have confidence, what else you got?
True, that's very true.
What else you got? I don't understand. How
Man,
do you.
it's somebody for everybody.
No, it ain't. The numbers ain't. Hey,
I
man,
seen
everybody
one
say that.
yesterday, man.
It's 7 for
I
every
don't
man.
judge people, but hey, it's somebody for everybody. I saw somebody
I seen two crackheads holding hands walking down the street.
And the only reason why they together because they crackheads. Because if they ever woke up one day and saw who they was with,
I was sitting there like, oh, they could fall in love. They could fall in love. They was sharing a cheesecake and everything. I'm sitting there like, I want a woman like that.
I will. Yeah, be careful what you ask for.
Very true.
Exactly.
So, Dr. Sabrina, tell me about how are white people taking the Charlie Kirk?
It depends on the
Murder.
white. It's dependent on the white person,
Yeah, I mean,
because there are white
let's say
people
the
who
ones
We
that-
divided. Remember, we
We are
50-50
really
divided.
Yes, you think we 50-50?
It is. You got to remember how the president get in. That shows your division right there. Whatever those numbers is, that's what you got to worry about. That's
So you do have the fact that they decided that to honor him, which he's not a political anything.
He's nothing.
He's not a political
official nothing.
He's not an official
He's
anything.
nothing. Yeah,
But they are flying the and
They didn't
my
honor
son.
George Floyd or these kids that got hung.
Yeah, that's because basically.
He haven't even said anything.
The Ku
about
Klux
those
Klan
kids.
did all their work on behalf of God as Christians. And that's what Charlie Kirk was doing.
Yep.
He was doing the Klan work on behalf of God, according to them, for the uprising of the Christians. That's the best way I can put it. He was one of those good old boys.
And we still have a
Yeah.
lot of them, and we've
KKK.
always had a lot of them. And I think that we are in a time in our country where they are much more radical. Before they were very covert, and you could not see it, but now they don't give a flying.
They done took their mask off.
No, they don't.
They don't.
They don't.
And so we have to be, one of the things that I say all the time, the day that Trump won, so many of my friends were so upset and we gonna have a horrible. I've never said
felt
that.
like that.
I've never felt like that because I am one who believes that the day before, God knew that day was coming. And if God knew it was coming and I believe he got me, why am I tripping? Because sometimes things happen to change how we react and how we act and what we do, and maybe we need to do more together instead of waiting for someone to do something for us. One of the things you keep saying is that I made sure I do for I ain't gotta ask nobody.
Do for myself.
And then when we get that same mindset on a broader, bigger scale between us, we can begin to build more things together. But the challenge is that many of us are sitting, waiting for something to happen.
They wait for
us.
Jesus to return. That's never
I
going to
agree,
happen.
Doc. I agree, Doc.
Jesus not coming to help us. I don't understand what they sitting around
Right.
waiting on.
He's not coming back to.
This is
To
how,
this, Jesus gonna come back to this.
nah, but this is how I feel. A lot of people, if you believe the Bible, because I told you that's my only reference in some situations, it says that God picks all authority. And if God picks all authority, it's not a matter of God knowing that day was going to come. He picked
He
it.
picked it.
And
He already knows.
and the ruler of this earth, if you believe it, and when I have my conversation, I only talk to those who believe. Because if you believe, that means you already read it, you know it.
Yeah.
God gave the devil reign down here. He's of authority. Nobody want to accept that. So when you see the bad down here, it's the bad you're supposed to be. But we are supposed to be the light in dark places. That's the issue. Nobody is using that light. If you are of God, you're supposed to have a lamp at your feet. That's what the words say. And a lot of people don't use that. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. And once I hold my light up, Doc, you should hold your light up too. Now,
Now we can make a lighthouse.
now my intimidation for you is over with because we got the same objective.
Right.
Hold your light up.
We don't want to be in the dark.
Yeah.
We
Right.
So
want the
that's how I
light.
look at everything in life, and that's
devil
why
lives in the
I don't
dark.
have a lot of issues with what I see.
Absolutely.
If you go back to the Bible again, it says, close your eyes because you're going to see some
right.
terrible things. Walk
Terrible
by the
things.
faith and not by what you see.
You walk
Because
by
if
faith,
you walk
not
by what you
sight.
see, it's
Not
going
by
to look
sight.
exactly like what it is.
That's right.
You got to walk by the faith that God say, hey, listen, it's about to get dark, but my rod and my staff are going to comfort you when you walking through these jungles.
That's right.
And I walk with that
Nothing's
kind of
gonna harm
security.
me.
And, you know, I ain't trying to turn this into no church
No, you good. You good.
podcast, but
You good.
yeah, but that's how
No weapons shall
yeah.
prosper.
Yeah, I walk in that victory that a lot of people, and that's why a lot of men are intimidated because they don't walk in that victory that God gave them. What God gave me,
And that gives you confidence.
Yeah.
That is true.
I walk in that right there, royalty. You know what I mean? I walk in.
God gives you confidence.
It's so funny.
In the faith.
I was listening to a minister online just yesterday, and he was talking about how he was dating a woman who was not saved. She wasn't a believer, but he really, really liked her. And so finally she kind of started backing up from him. And he was like, well, what's going on? You ain't gonna kiss me? She said, I believe that if I stay with you, harm is gonna come to me. Because God has told me that since I've been dating you, you haven't been studying like you were. You've taken your eyes off of what he gave you to do, and your eyes are on me.
That's the moment. That's the truth. And the crazy part about it is women will come in and want the position of God.
Right.
You can't spend as much time with God. You neglecting me.
Exactly.
And a lot of men don't pay attention to that, but that's the truth. The woman wants the top seat in your life. And if you're willing to give it up, you lose everything.
Right. And you can't. So that's why, before I came here, I had a session with a couple. And I was talking to them, and I asked them, do y'all pray together?
Yes.
And they went, no. I said, y'all have never prayed together?
Wow.
And they said no. And so I asked him, do you pray? And he said yes. Mm-hmm. And I asked her, do she pray? And she said yes. I say, today, y'all need to start praying together. Because
and do you
God
pray
has
for each other?
Now he said, I pray for her.
Oh, okay.
She didn't say she prayed for him. Anyway.
Men is different, I'm trying to tell you.
See that?
It's the truth.
You gotta pray for each other. Because
so
what you bless somebody with, God gonna bless you with.
Before we left, he said, come on, around this table. And we held hands and he prayed. And I was like, yes. And then I said, I got to go. But, and then I gave them an activity to do called Love Dare. Love Dare is one of my favorite things. It's a 40-day for couples. Okay. And I started doing it with couples years and years and years ago. But then I had a family come to me that the siblings was beefing. Everybody was beefing in the house. So I took it and I adapted it and I made it a 40-day family love dare. Wow. So I took all the intimacy stuff for couples out and put more scriptures and things in for just family members. Wow. And when I tell you it's life transforming, because the word simply works.
Mm-hmm.
So every day it's a scripture and an activity that you have to do.
That's great.
I have a question for you, Doc. Mm-hmm. Let's remove anything that we've ever read before or heard.
Okay.
How do you feel about monogamy?
I think monogamy is hard for humans. I think humans are horrible at it. And not just men and women are horrible at monogamy. And that the thing that makes monogamy work is if the two people decide, there we go with that agreement again, but decide that that's what they want to do. And that's what they're committing to. But most people...
No. And why you think that?
Because we just built to. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay.
No, let her finish.
This is the only reason why I say that because hold on. It's just an important part. Do you think it's natural?
No.
That's the only thing I want to say. Right, is it natural?
I don't think that it's natural, but there's things that's not natural that if you choose and make a decision, that's where discipline comes in. So I might naturally want to do such and such. However, it's not going to be to my good. It's going to be to my detriment. So I make the decision to do something different. So with monogamy, in our country, because there are other places that monogamy ain't even a thing, because people do what they do and that's how they do. But when you're socialized a certain way,
yes,
that's the thing that makes you want to do or don't do.
We
or whatever.
were indoctrinated,
yes,
into the way
of this Yeah.
this way.
Because
Right.
monogamy was not a thing.
Right.
Marriage wasn't even a thing
It wasn't a thing.
until they started taking, whole civilizations, and like you were over this civilization and how we want to keep it.
And this is how we're gonna do it.
And this is how we're going to do it. So it was, at first it was a business agreement. It wasn't about
All right.
So, and that's why I asked you about the natural part of this. You said because even though that my nature says do it like this, go against my nature, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. You telling me God made a mistake about what I am and who I am because my natural impulse says to do this. So, and I always looked at God as perfect. I never saw him as being a mistake, making any mistakes. So I just look at things that my nature is telling me one thing, but society is telling me
something different. Okay, so I love that. I love that way of thought. But then it's interesting when you get to where there are people who are born a hermaphrodite, or they're born with 2 X chromosome and 1 Y chromosome.
From a perfect God.
Yes.
See?
Yes.
From a perfect God.
And then they may not want to be. I may, my aesthetics and my genitalia says male, but I'm attracted to males. And then from the perfect, you can't see what's in somebody's, DNA and all their chromosomes. You can't see that. You can't walk up to somebody, I know what chromosomes. We think we can, but we really can't, because there are chromosomal disorders. Just like there is mental retardation, like people are born that don't have the ability to walk or whatever, but there are so many things that go into what makes us who we are, and that gives us that desire, the desire. And so it's interesting because pedophiles, people who are attracted to children, are trying to get that removed from the diagnostic code as a mental illness. They say they're not mentally ill because they're attracted to children. That's just what they're attracted to.
Naturally. They definitely mentally ill.
No, they're not. Think about it. I want you to think about
children.
But I hear you.
Like those high school coaches.
I understand everything you're saying, but
kids.
If we come from something that's perfect, who don't make mistakes, it's a whole lot of them. It's a whole lot of gay people. It's a whole lot of transgenders. It's a whole lot of murderers.
Absolutely.
That were born killers.
Yeah,
and they're in our army.
It right, though.
You know what I mean? It does make it right, because they was here to work in our army. They were born killers. It's the truth. Think about this. Where do you want your killers to be? In your army, right?
They ain't in the army, man. They hunt them kids down there. They in the army, man.
No, I'm just saying, but you can't say everything can't be a mental illness. But if it is a mental illness, they were born with it.
Even those probably down there that killed.
But listen to this. Mental illness. But listen. But mental illness means exactly that. And you can't pour water on one thing and pour salt on another. You got to keep mental illness over here.
And it's all mentally ill.
Exactly. But it's over here, which means that they don't have the control you think they have. They're doing it, and they not doing it because they really want to do it. They did it because it was an impulse that they couldn't control. That's what mental illness is.
Absolutely. But it's still mental ill.
But you can't look down supposedly on somebody who's mentally challenged.
No, I'm not looking down.
That's exactly what you do. Everybody we see who's a pedophile, they're mentally challenged, and we shun them, right? Even though they don't have no control. If you ever sat down and talked to those people or listened to an interview, this been going on all of their life. They was born in their head.
But it may not have been born. It might have happened to them.
But I'm saying,
things can happen.
But mental illness is mental illness, no matter how it comes.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing I say about mental illness. I say mental health. Mental health is like an umbrella.
Yes.
And up under the umbrella is a continuum from being mentally well all the way to mentally ill. And at any given time, something can happen that's gonna push you
It can-
closer to mental wellness or
closer
push
to
you
deranged.
closer to mental illness.
Yes.
So that's why it's so important that people know how to deal with
it.
what's coming. But it's difficult to deal with something that you ain't never dealt with before either.
Right.
So when we look at the fact that we're seeing, now we've heard from our past about lynching and things, but I ain't never seen a person
Neither
lynched.
have I.
Never.
I ain't never. And so
Imagine seeing it.
Right, but just
Never
imagine
had it.
seeing it. So you think about these
Right.
young kids on this campus
Yes.
that now somebody saw them. Somebody had to see them
Absolutely.
taking them down.
But think about when they used to hang them publicly,
Yes.
so everybody
Nobody can
Uh-huh.
see.
Are those people messed up? Because they
Yes.
used to have a picnic where it was
Yep.
all white people
Yep.
standing there.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And hang 4 or 5 black people.
Why and they watch and they burn them.
Yeah.
Yep, and they burnt them.
Yeah.
So
Because they scrolling wrong too.
yeah, they sure did.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of work to do. That's why I do what I do.
Yes.
I feel blessed and honored that God chose me to have a voice in this space at this time and I love the fact that I'm in the skin that I'm in, that I'm in the
Absolutely.
hue that I'm in, because
Absolutely.
sometimes, like I was at an event at Belle Isle yesterday. They had Bruce Bailey was DJing, and a white lady came up to me, an older white lady on a walker, and she's like, "Oh my God, I love you." And I says, "Well, hey," because there are people that,
She
like, I
see you
remember
on
the first
TV.
time that I've had people walk up to me, white people, and say, "You are the darkest person I've ever seen in person before."
Wow.
Yes.
What?
And so,
I'm glad I wasn't with you.
well, why? Because
it
if
would
you
have
don't,
been terrible for
But
them.
that's
Why?
their truth,
That's
though.
their truth.
Well, they should have kept their truth to themselves.
No, but listen,
why?
somebody walked up to me and said, "Oh my God, you are the tallest
you are-
person."
that's
She
the-
said to
that's the
me,
first thing.
she said, "You are the tallest person I've ever seen in my life." And if I say, "Well, you know what? Take no offense to this. You are the darkest person I've ever seen in my life." It's the same. It shouldn't
the
be.
same thing.
You can't take my skin and use it against me.
Just like I can't take his height.
Exactly.
So I
like to
was
say,
like,
"Hey,
this
you the
how tall
fattest person
are
I've
you?
ever seen." I mean,
you'll be lying. You got a friend right here.
But I will say this. I believe that sometimes God gives grace to people that can use a moment to
You like that to
teach.
say that, right?
So I don't get offended. I just don't. And so, like with my hair, I've had people say and write in crazy stuff about my hair, and I use it as a teachable moment. I says, well, I'm happy to be nappy, but let me explain to you what nappy is, because you may not know.
Right.
And so I never take it to where I'm going to be offended, because at the end of the day, I believe that all of us need to become less offended and much lesser offensive.
Yes.
Because we have to do this thing we call life together with other people.
Yes.
another Bible quote.
And God has
It says, "Be slow to anger,
Yes.
blessed us
to
all
slow
with
to take
talent.
offense,
Yes.
Yeah.
be an easy listener."
Come on.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean? A lot of
That's
people don't
right.
understand, man. I'm telling you, I've been in the Bible all my life,
Yeah.
amongst other books as well. But that Bible, if you sit down and listen to it, man, it give you what you're
Oh,
supposed
yeah.
to have.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not talking about a religion. I'm talking
No.
about a teaching moment. You know?
Teaching moment.
I had a minister, his name is Darius Daniels. He's out of Georgia. I love Darius. And one of the things, he did this whole series for over a year called The GOAT. And he says, because Jesus is the greatest of all time.
All
and
time.
he says, I believe
All
that he's
time.
more than just our Savior. He is the example of what we're supposed to do and be as a human.
Human. That's
And
right.
when I tell you this
Give it up to
lesson
Jesus.
was
Give
so
it up to Jesus all day.
Well, don't we have a party coming?
Oh yeah, we got
Ain't
a
the party
party.
Friday?
Oh yeah, we want everybody to come out to Soul on Ice Friday for
Friday
the 80s
night.
and 90s party. We gonna have a good
Come on,
time.
Miles.
I'm gonna do my best.
We gonna have a
He
good
not
time,
coming.
y'all.
Don't say
Come
When
on.
your friends say that, don't listen
Well,
to
we
them.
know Miles can't come.
Yeah, he
y'all.
can't.
He
got
working.
yeah,
He got
that's podcast
shows. He be
time.
working.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I'm gonna do my best to sneak in, sneak out at least.
okay. Well, make sure
You definitely ain't gonna be able to do
man.
neither one of those where you look.
Well, I will be in the building.
Oh, Doc, we love to
I
have you.
am gonna be in the
Doc,
building.
you are. I just wanted to tell you that I have been looking forward to meeting you. I have been watching you for the last
God.
6 or 5 years on television. I've been watching you. I see you. I watch Channel 2 all the time. You're a blessing to the community
Thank
and to
you.
everyone you do.
Thank
All
you.
the things you do. I really
I
appreciate
was such
you.
a fan.
Yeah, I really
Basketball,
appreciate
because you know my son is a basketball.
Yeah, I know your son. I
so he
followed
was
your
just
son.
like, "What, Ma? You know Antoine?" Because I sent him the picture.
Right.
He went, "You know Antoine Jovet?" Look,
I love your son.
Yo,
I
mama.
love him. Yeah, I used to watch him and Brandon play
Oh,
when
my
they grew
God.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I watched them play and
he
coached
did
a
well.
little
He
bit.
did well.
He did really well.
He did well. And it's funny because I'll say this to mothers,
Yeah.
especially mothers of sons,
Yes.
but it's just any mother with your children. Make sure you listen to them. Don't make
Absolutely.
what you think they should do be the end all, because when he was getting ready to go to high school, I wanted him to go to Brother Rice. I really wanted him to go to Country Day.
Country Day.
That's
yeah.
what I wanted. And Country Day wanted him.
Right.
But he didn't want to go to Country Day.
I don't blame him.
And so he said, we settled on Brother Rice. So I was getting ready to sign the papers for Brother Rice. And he says, but Detroit Community, they got a team and they want me. And I went, Detroit Community? What? What? I don't even want to talk to them people. And I didn't. I didn't want
Right.
to talk to them.
Not
And so
coming from Cass State.
I don't even know what a charter school. What are
Charter
you talking
school,
about?
right.
So, but I did go and listen.
Right.
And so he went there for his first year. Then the
Right.
coaches got into it and all got fired. And that's when he moved to the Academy of Business and Technology with Tally.
Tally.
Yeah. And they won 2 state championships.
Hey, let's give it up for Mike Talley.
Mike.
He over at Northwestern High School
Yes,
right now. The
yes.
prestigious
Talley.
Northwestern High School.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mr. Basketball.
Yeah, Mike called me the other day,
Talley.
man, for my blessings at Northwestern. He's like,
That's
"Well,
good.
Los, I want you to come out and help
But-
me with the boys," and I'm honored.
I am so
Yeah.
glad that I
Yes.
listened to what he wanted and what was important to him, and not just what I thought was gonna be. Because he graduated valedictorian of his class, and so
Nice.
he gave the valedictorian speech. And during the speech, he talked about the similarities between him and Paul Robeson.
Wow.
Because Paul Robeson was an athlete and a scholar, and he was an
Absolutely.
athlete and a scholar. He graduated as a valedictorian. So I was like, you better teach them,
Paul
teach them,
was
teach
bad
them, teach
boy.
them.
Give it up to Paul Robeson.
But if I had done what I wanted,
Right.
that wouldn't have been his story.
That is, the whole story would have changed. But God had already wrote his script, and
Yes.
he picked it, and you was the mom that let him do it. God bless you for that. Yeah, because a lot of moms say, you got to go where I say go, and that's it, buddy, okay? But we love you, and we thank you, and we going to see you Friday night.
Absolutely.
Hey, y'all come out, have a good time with us. We going to see you guys next week on A Legend in the Judge podcast.
My Chinese, my Chinese.
It's Wednesday at 2 p.m. Time for the Judge Podcast. It's the Judge, the Legend. Let's have blast. We talking sports, politics, current events. We gonna be live, so let it make sense. It's the Judge Podcast. Let's go. The Judge Podcast. Let's go. Wednesday at 2 p.m. Let's go. Hosted by the Judge and the Legend.